Hi guys, Browning SA-22. The Browning SA-22 was designed by John Moses Browning, and it was made by FN from 1914 all the way to 1973. And then in 1974 production moved from FN in Belgium to Morocco in Japan. These were made in 22 long rifle and 22 short. This one is 22 short. The very first ones had the serial number on the barrel right over there, and then later the serial number was moved from the barrel to the receiver. Remington made a version of this. It was called the Model 24, and then Norinco out of China, they also copied it. So they are unique in that you load them through the buttstock. So you load them through there. So you got a magazine in the buttstock there. You pull that out, and then you throw your cases in there. Obviously, bullet forward, and then to cock it, you got the little lever at the bottom, and that's the bolt. So you cock it over there, and it then ejects at the bottom. They are also takedown, and that you push that little nub forward, pull back on the bolt slightly, and then split the two out, and you got interrupted thread on either side, and then you got a little takedown rifle. Put it back together, it's just the reverse of that, and then just lock that little nub in place. This particular one has got 4 issues. It's not set up correctly, so that's all loose, so that needs to be done. There's a detent and a spring missing. That ring is not supposed to turn like that. It's also got rust on the barrel, so that needs to be addressed. And then the stock is loose on the receiver. I'm going to sort all of that out. Okay, so let's pull it back apart again. Set that aside, we'll deal with that in a minute. Take out that single screw. And I've seen many where this detent on this catch is missing because the guys take off the fore end and then they move that switch. They move that switch when the fore end's off, and then it goes, the spring gets airborne and then just evaporates. So there's a detent supposed to be under that part, and what it does is it pushes this lug forward. That lug goes forward or backwards, and that determines how tight it locks up on the barrel. So when the stock's on here, this button can't move all the way that way for the detents to escape, because you got a detent over there, you got that detent there, and it interacts on that little hollowed out section there. And what that does, that gives you the positive click for the lock and the unlock of this button. But in there, in that hole, there rides another detent, and that interacts on this ring, and that gives you the clickety click of that ring. Tighten up that play, pull the mag tube out, and then we got a screw slot there, and we got to tighten that up to pull that up. See, the butt plate's got some rust on it, that screw's got some rust on. I'll cook those off too. There you go. Nearly got a quarter of a turn on that screw without really monkeying down on it. Now tight. Got the barrel out the pot and out of the oil. Now to get this collar set up correctly. So I got, this was the missing detent, and that is the little switch that you use to click it on and off, or to be able to rotate the barrel out of the action. I'm going to put a bit of grease on there, and that's really just to help keep that in. I'm going to put that in. So you've got to have this ring all the way that to the front, and this all the way back, so that you can slip it on, and then you've still got a gap to put that detent in. So that's where it's at. Now I've got to depress that detent and slide it over the over that collar. And I've got a steel ruler or gauge that I will use to depress the detent with while I'm sliding it. So got that on there. Back off on this slider slightly, so that I can expose that hole for the other detent to go in there. And I'm going to press that down and then slide it in. Just like that. Now we can put the fore end on, and when the fore end's on, that can't slide out, and then it's can't lose the detents. Okay, with the fore end on, put it onto the action, lock it up, and it's loose. So we got to give it tighten it up. Still need to do, we'll do one click at a time until we get it to go on tight. That might be the spot. I'm going to do one more click. And that's too tight. It doesn't want to line up, so I've got to back off that one click. That's it. There you go. Got it all sorted. Got the missing parts, the detent and spring replaced. Got this set up correctly, so that's all tight. Got the stock, was loose there, tightened up. Cooked the rust off this butt plate, and the screws, the one screw was particularly rusted, and then there's a big rust spot on the barrel on the side. Yeah, that's all gone. Nice little rifle now. Anyway guys, hope you found that interesting and that it helped somebody out there. Stay safe, we talk again. Cheers.